Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to divide polynomials. This comes from standard F5, which says I can divide polynomials. So we're going to take 2,564 and divide that by 3. I'm going to write this a little bigger. All right, so first we're going to recall how we do long division, because that's the first way we're going to divide this, but we're going to do it with polynomials. All right, so let's see. We're going to take 3 and see if 3 can go in 2, which it doesn't. So now we're going to see if 3 can go into 25, which it does. All right, how many times does 3 go into 25? 8 times. So 8 goes on the top. All right, then you multiply. 8 times 3 gives us 24. Then you subtract down. 25 minus 24 is 1. Bring down the 6. Now, how many times does 3 go into 16? 3 goes into 16 5 times. So now you're going to multiply 5 times 3, we get 15. Subtract down, we get 1. Carry the 4. 3 goes into 14. 3 times. 3. Oh, no, just kidding. 3 goes into 14 4 times. 3 times 4 is 12. So the remainder is 2. All right, so our answer is 854, remainder 2. But we're going to actually write that as a fraction because that's how we're going to write it when we're dealing with polynomials. So we have 854. We're going to take the remainder of 2, put it over the divisor. 854 and 2/3 would be our answer. Now we're going to try this with polynomials. All right, so we're going to set this up the exact same way. We're going to take the divisor and put it on the outside. So we have x squared minus 3x plus 5. And then we're going to take 3x to the 4th minus 5x cubed. Write that on the inside. You need to make sure that you write any missing terms. So because there is an x squared term missing, you're going to write 0x squared, then 4x minus 6. All right, so we're going to do this the exact same steps. We're only going to take the first term, and that's what we're going to divide by. All right, so we're going to take that, 3x to the 4th, and divide by the x squared on the outside. I like to do all of my work on the side here, so I stay nice and neat. Okay, so 3x to the 4th divided by x squared gives us 3. Subtract those exponents, x squared. So you need to line up all of your exponents together. So that's why it was important for us to write the 0x squared term, because the 3x squared is going to go there. All right, now we're going to take the 3x squared and we're going to multiply that to the entire thing. So I'm going to take 3x squared, I'm going to multiply that by x squared minus 3x plus 5. All right, so 3x squared times x squared gives us 3x to the 4th. Then 3x squared minus 3x gives us negative 9x cubed. And then 3x squared plus 5x gives us a positive 15x squared. All right, so I'm going to write that underneath now. 3x to the 4th minus 9x cubed plus 15x squared. All right, remember we're subtracting down. So what I like to do is I like to turn this into an addition problem. So I'm going to change this sign, I'm going to change this sign, and I'm going to change that sign, and then I'm going to add down. So that goes away, and that better go away, otherwise you did something wrong. Now negative 5x cubed plus 9x cubed gives us a 4x cubed. 0x squared minus 15x squared is a negative 15x squared. And then you're going to repeat the steps until you run out of space here. Okay, so now we're going to take the 4x cubed, and we're going to divide that by the x squared, and we get a 4x. So that goes on top here. Then you're going to multiply that again. So 4x times x squared minus 3x plus 5 gives us 4x cubed minus 12x squared plus 20x. Okay, don't forget to bring down this positive 4x, just like we did in the other problem. So now we get 4x cubed minus 12x squared plus 20x. All right, we're going to go ahead and subtract, but again, I think it's easier to change it to addition. So we have minus, we have plus, and we have minus. This should cancel out. Negative 15x squared plus 12x squared is a negative 3x squared. 4x minus 20x is a negative 16x. And then we need to bring down this negative 6. So this should be the last time we're doing this. All right, so again, we're going to take that first term and we're going to divide it by the first term up here. So we have a negative 3x squared divided by x squared gives us a negative 3. So that's what I write on the top. And then I go ahead and multiply that out. Times x squared minus 3x plus 5, which gives us a negative 3x squared plus 9x minus 15. Okay, again, we're going to write that underneath here. Then we're going to subtract, but I'm going to change it to addition. All right, so this cancels out, which is good. Negative 16x minus 9x is a negative 25x, and then negative 6 plus 15 is a positive 9. All right, so now we have to write our answer, and it has to be in this form. So you're going to take this. You might have to turn your head a little bit, but I'm going to write my 3x squared. I'm out of room, so I'm going to write it this way. Plus 4x minus 3, and then I'm going to add my remainder over my divisor. So negative 25x plus 9 all over x squared minus 3x plus 5. Okay, the steps for this should be easy. This is the hardest one that we're doing. All right, so go back and practice that one with just numbers again, because those are the same steps. And then please stay organized. I suggest writing all of this out, because if you don't and you mess up a sign or a number or a multiplying or whatever, you're going to mess up the problem. All right, we will practice more of these. Let's go on to the easier one. All right, now the second type of dividing is synthetic division. All right, now synthetic division, unfortunately, can only be used when your term just starts with an x. So when you have an x squared, an x cubed, an x to the fourth, you have to do long division. But otherwise, if it's just an x, you could do synthetic all the time, which you'll see in a minute is going to be very easy. All right, synthetic division only deals with the coefficients. All right, so we're going to take this x plus 3. We're going to pull out the 3. Because we're pulling out the 3, we're going to change that sign. So we're going to write it as negative 3 like that. And then you're going to set this piece up here. Next to that negative 3, you are going to pull out all of the coefficients, including a 0 if you had a missing coefficient or a missing term. So we have a 2x cubed, and then 1x squared, and then negative 8x, and then 5. All right, and then this one's just memorizing the process. So you're bringing down the first term, which is 2. You're going to multiply negative 3 times negative 2, and you're going to put that there, negative 6. And then you're going to add down. 1 minus 6 is a negative 5. Multiply again, negative 3 times negative 5 is a positive 15. Add down, and you get a 7. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. Add down, you get negative 16. So this is always going to start with your remainder on the right-hand side. Then this is your constant term, this is your x term, and this is your x squared term. So you do have to write the answer out just like the answer was in the last problem. So you have to write out 2x squared minus 5x plus 7 plus the remainder, which is negative 16, all over the divisor, which is x plus 3. Okay, a lot easier, but again, it can only be done when you have an x plus or an x minus term. Just make sure you always switch the sign here. All right, and then you always write your answer out like it should be. All right, that is it. So now you practice these two problems and bring them in tomorrow.